How to Become a Millionaire in 2025. Step-by-step blueprint for success. Follow this proven plan to build wealth, conquer challenges, and create your breakthrough year. Ready to turn your 2025 goals into millionaire-level success? In this video, I share my step-by-step blueprint for achieving financial freedom, starting from scratch. From shifting your mindset to mastering high-income skills, building a digital business, and managing your time like a pro, I will walk you through everything you need to succeed. You will also learn how to overcome common roadblocks and hear real-life stories of transformation, including my own. If you are serious about creating your breakthrough year, stick around until the end. I have got masterclasses, group coaching, and an amazing online community to help you get there faster. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all things planning, productivity, and success. Let's make 2025 your breakthrough year together. Let me ask you something. What if, by this time next year, your bank account did not just look good, it looked downright glorious? Like millionaire status, glorious, it is not just a dream. It is a step-by-step game plan. And today, I am sharing it with you. You ready? Here's the deal. I was not born with a trust fund, did not win the lottery, and definitely did not discover some secret buried treasure. Nope, I started from scratch just like you and figured out how to build wealth. And trust me, if I can do it, anyone can. So grab a notebook, because we are about to get into it. By the way, if you are serious about leveling up, I have got masterclasses, group coaching, and a private community where we go even deeper into strategies like these. Let's jump in. Step 1. Shift your mindset to think like a millionaire. Story 1. From burnout to break through the power of focus. The problem: feeling stuck and overwhelmed life feels like an endless treadmill. You hear working multiple jobs, constantly busy, and yet somehow you are not moving forward. The exhaustion makes it hard to even think about how to escape the cycle. Challenges: you face lack of time. I am already overworked. How can I possibly add something new to my plate? Fear of failure? What if I try something and it does not work? Then I have wasted even more time. Decision paralysis. There are so many options out there. How do I even choose where to start? The solution: start small and consistent. Dedicate just 30 to 90 minutes daily to your goals. Small, focused actions build momentum without feeling overwhelming. For example, when I first started my side hustle, I spent exactly 90 minutes a day working on it. That is it. Over time, those hours stacked up into real progress. Reframe failure as feedback instead of fearing failure. View it as part of the learning process. Each mistake teaches you what not to do next time. For example, I once tried selling vintage mugs on my online store. They flopped. But that failure taught me to focus on what my audience really wanted: planners and productivity tools. Set one clear goal. Focus on achieving one specific outcome instead of juggling multiple things. You eliminate distractions and channel your energy effectively. For example, instead of trying to master 10 skills, I focused on improving my time management. That one change made everything else easier. Before I learned focus, I would spend hours working by rearranging my desk 15 times. Pro tip: a clean desk does not equal productivity. Problem: lack of direction and clarity. Even when you want to make a change, it is easy to get stuck because you do not know where to start. With so many productivity methods, tools, and courses out there, it feels like trying to pick a movie on Netflix. You just scroll endlessly. Challenges: you face information overload. Every productivity guru says something different. How do I know which advice works? Imposter syndrome. Can I really pull this off? I am not one of those successful people. Distractions everywhere. Even if I start, my phone keeps dinging, and TikTok is always calling. Solutions for problem: learn from a proven system. Follow a method that has been tested and refined. You save time and avoid guesswork. For example, I took a $100 course on productivity that gave me the tools to time block and prioritize effectively. That one investment paid off 1,000 times over. Join a supportive community. Surround yourself with like-minded people working towards similar goals. Accountability and encouragement keep you on track. For example, when I joined a mastermind group, I stopped feeling alone in my journey. Hearing other people's wins and struggles motivated me to keep going. Cut out low-value tasks. Identify what is eating up your time without contributing to your goals. Frees up hours for what truly matters. For example, I stopped obsessing over perfect email formatting and started focusing on actually connecting with my audience. I once spent an entire day designing the perfect logo for my online store, only to realize no one cared about the logo. Lesson learned: just start. Problem: staying consistent without burning out starting is hard, but staying consistent can feel impossible. Between life's demands and natural setbacks, it is easy to lose momentum and give up. Challenges you face: loss of motivation. I was so excited at first, but now it feels like a chore. Unexpected roadblocks. I planned my day perfectly, and then my kid got sick, and everything fell apart. Perfectionism: if I cannot do it perfectly, why bother at all? Solutions for problem: focus on progress, not perfection, aim for improvement, not flawless execution. Keeps you moving forward, even on tough days. For example, some days, I only got 20 minutes of work done, but that was better than nothing. Those small efforts add up. Use a flexible system, have a structure that can adapt to life's unpredictability. You stay productive without feeling restricted. For example, I planned my tasks in 30-minute blocks, so I could rearrange them if something unexpected came up. Celebrate small wins, acknowledge every milestone, no matter how tiny. Keeps you motivated and builds confidence. For example, when I made my first $100 online, I treated myself to ice cream. That little celebration made me excited to keep going. I once tried to work 12-hour days, thinking I would get ahead. Instead, I ended up binge-watching a whole season of a show because my brain was fried. Balance is key, people. How you can do this: to time block like a pro. Dedicate specific hours to work on your goals. Eliminate distractions by turning off notifications and creating a focused environment. For example, I blocked 90 minutes every evening to work on my side hustle. It became my most productive time of day. Invest in knowledge. Do not try to reinvent the wheel. Learn from someone who has been there. My self-paced masterclass teaches you all the productivity hacks that helped me succeed. For example, one student applied my time blocking strategy and doubled her output in just a week. Eliminate low-value tasks. Prioritize what actually drives results. Cut out busy work that does not contribute to your big picture goals. For example, I stopped obsessing over a perfectly curated Instagram feed and focused on creating products my audience needed. Burnout does not have to be your reality. By focusing on small, intentional actions, you can create massive change. If I can go from juggling 3 part-time jobs to running a successful business, so can you. Want to fast-track your success? My masterclasses, coaching, and community are here to guide you every step of the way. Let's turn your breakthrough year into a reality. You have got this. Problem: self-doubt. For example, I am not good enough to be a millionaire. I have failed before, so why would this time be different? I do not come from money. People like me do not get rich. The solution: reframe failure. Every millionaire has failed at some point. Failure is not the end, it is a step forward. Think of failure like getting a bad haircut. It feels awful at first, but it is fixable. Practice affirmations. Say this every morning: I am capable of building wealth. Sounds cheesy, but so does pizza does not mean it is not amazing. Build a positive environment, hang out with people who dream big. Join my online community where success is contagious. The story: I used to sit in my tiny apartment, staring at my bills, thinking, this is just how life is. Then I decided to stop thinking small. I made a vision board, wrote down my goals, and got to work. Fast forward, I hit my first 6 figures. You can too. Step 2, learn a high-income skill. The $500 idea that changed my life. The wake-up call: I remember staring at my bank account, $500 to my name, and wondering how I was going to make it through the month. The bills were piling up, and I felt stuck. But then, an idea popped into my head. What if I could teach people how to plan and organize their lives? I loved planning. It kept me sane and productive. If it worked for me, maybe it could help others too. So, I took a chance. I created a basic PDF planner on Canva. No fancy graphics, no bells and whistles, and priced it at $27. When I posted it on social media, I was terrified. I thought, what if no one buys it? What if I look ridiculous? To my surprise, over 100 people bought it in the first week. That $500 turned into $10,000 in less than a month. That is when I realized if you solve a problem people care about, they will pay for it. Problem starting with limited resources. The challenge, you might think, I do not have enough money to start a business. The truth is, most people do not. Starting with limited resources can feel like an impossible task. You might face lack of funds. How can I build a business when I can barely afford groceries? No fancy tools. LI cannot afford professional software or a high-end website. Fear of small beginnings. What if I start small and people do not take me seriously? The solution: start small and simple. You do not need a big budget to get started. Focus on creating something functional and helpful. For example, I created my first product, a PDF planner with free tools like Canva and a $0 budget for marketing. It was not fancy, but it solved a problem. One of my students used Canva to design meal prep templates and made $1,200 in her first month. Leverage free platforms, use social media and free tools to reach your audience. For example, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook are powerful for sharing your story and building trust. A client of mine launched her first budgeting spreadsheet on Gumroad, a free platform, and earned $3,000 in her first 2 weeks. Invest in knowledge over stuff. Instead of spending money on tools, invest in learning. For example, I took a $100 course on digital marketing, which taught me how to sell my products online. Another student invested $50 in a social media strategy webinar and used it to grow her audience by 5,000 followers in a month. When I made my first planner, I accidentally misspelled calendar on the cover. Guess what? Not one person complained. People care more about the value than the fluff. Problem: fear of failure. The challenge: starting something new is scary. You might think, what if no one buys it? What if people judge me? What if I waste time and money on something that flops? The solution: reframe failure as a learning experience. Every mistake teaches you what works and what does not. For example, my first product was not perfect, but it taught me how to improve. That lesson paved the way for my next, more successful launches. A student of mine launched a fitness guide that did not sell well initially. With feedback, she adjusted her content and made $7,000 in her next launch. Focus on the people you can help. Instead of worrying about critics, think about those who will benefit from your product. For example, one coaching client overcame her fear by focusing on helping busy moms with time management. She turned that passion into a thriving business. When I started, I told myself, if I can help just one person, it will be worth it. That mindset kept me going. Start with low risk. Do not overcommit financially. Start with small, manageable investments. For example, I launched my first product with a $500 budget. Even if it had flopped, it would not have ruined me financially. A client started her side hustle with just $200 and now runs a 6-figure business. I was so scared to post my planner that I almost backed out. Then I thought, what is the worst that could happen? My mom will buy it. Spoiler: she bought 5 and told her friends. Problem: building an audience from scratch. The challenge: when you are starting out, it feels like shouting into the void. You think, I do not have a big audience. Why would anyone listen to me? How do I even find customers? The solution: share your journey. People love following a story. Share your why and let people connect with you. For example, I posted about my planner journey on Instagram, and people were drawn to the honesty of my process. A student shared behind-the-scenes videos of creating her first product and gained 1,000 followers in a week. Engage with your community, respond to comments, ask questions, and show people you care. For example, I replied to every comment on my posts, which turned casual viewers into loyal customers. One client grew her audience by hosting weekly Q&A sessions on Instagram Live. Offer free value. First, give away something small and helpful to build trust. For example, I offered free productivity tips and sample pages from my planner, which led to more sales. A student created a free guide to organizing your closet, which drove thousands of people to her website. When I started, I had exactly 3 followers: my mom, my best friend, and a random bot. Now I have a thriving community. And yes, my mom is still my biggest fan. How you can do this: to start small, use what you know and what you have to create something helpful. For example, a student created a simple PDF checklist for meal prep and made $2,000 in her first month. Leverage social media, share your process, engage with your audience, and build trust over time. For example, One client used TikTok to share short tips and grew her audience by 10,000 followers in 3 months. Focus on value, solve a problem for your audience, and they will come back for more. For example, another student created a $19 budgeting tool that saved her audience hours and earned her $10,000 in her first launch. Starting with $500 and a dream changed my life, and it can change yours too. You do not need a fancy website, a big budget, or years of experience. All you need is a problem to solve, a bit of creativity, and the courage to start. Your next step, take that idea you have been thinking about and make it real. My masterclasses, group coaching, and online community are here to guide you every step of the way. Let's make your $500 idea the one that changes everything. Problem choosing the right skill. For example, there are so many options. What if I pick the wrong one? I do not have time to learn something new. I am not sure if I am even good at anything. The solution, follow your passion. What do people always ask you for help with? That is your starting point. Pick a scalable skill. Skills like digital marketing, coaching, or content creation are perfect because you can serve lots of clients at once. Invest in yourself, take a class. My masterclasses are designed to fast-track your learning curve. For example, one of my students, Maria, turned her love of baking into an online business. Now, she teaches cake decorating classes and makes $15,000 a month. David learned copywriting and landed his first $5,000 client in just 60 days. I turned my knack for productivity into a coaching business. If I can do it, so can you. Step 3. Start a digital business. Problem overwhelm with starting a business. For examples, where do I even start? It is too complicated. I do not have a lot of money to invest up front. What if no one buys what I am selling? The solution starts simple. Do not overthink it. Start with one product or service. You do not need a fancy website, just something functional. Leverage low-cost tools like systeme.io let you build a sales funnel without breaking the bank. Test your idea before launching. Ask your audience if they would pay for your idea. Validation is key. Success stories. A coaching client of mine launched a digital course on personal finance and made $30,000 in her first launch. Jake sold his first online fitness program using nothing but Instagram and a PayPal link. I started my first business with a $200 investment, and it grew into a 6-figure income stream. Step 4. Master time management. Problem for procrastination and distractions. For example, I do not have enough hours in the day. I keep getting distracted by Netflix or TikTok. I feel overwhelmed just thinking about all I have to do. The solution, time blocking plan. Your day, hour by hour. Treat your dreams like they are just as important as your day job. Accountability partners, join a group or my online community, where people keep you on track. Focus on 1% improvements. If you get just 1% better every day, you will be 37 times better by the end of the year. How cool is that? I once spent an entire afternoon organizing my spice rack instead of working on my business. Did my cinnamon appreciate it? Probably not. But you know what is really satisfying? Hitting your income goals. Step 5. Market yourself like a pro. The problem, fear of selling. For example, I do not want to come across as pushy. What if people judge me? I do not even know where to find customers. The solution, people buy into you before they buy your product. Share your journey. It is your secret weapon. Social media mastery, posts consistently, provide value, and watch your audience grow. Offer value first. Give away free tips or tools to show people you know your stuff. For example, one client posted short how-to videos on TikTok and gained 50,000 followers in 90 days. Another student gave away a free budgeting spreadsheet, which led to 500 course sales. I started with blog posts and a small email list, and it worked. Make 2025 your breakthrough year. You have got the plan. Shift your mindset. Learn a high-income skill. Start a digital business. Master your time. And market yourself like a pro. These steps are simple, but they are not easy. You are going to face challenges, but the only way to fail is to stop trying. A year from now, you will thank yourself for starting today, turning fear into fuel, the fear that held me back. I remember the first time I thought about putting myself out there online. The idea alone made my stomach turn. Talking on camera, sharing my thoughts with strangers. No thanks. I would rather eat a soggy bowl of cereal every day for a week. But here is the thing. Staying in my comfort zone was not helping me grow or pay the bills. Something had to change. So, I decided to do the scariest thing I could think of: post one video a day for 30 days. The first video, let's just say it was not exactly Oscar-worthy. I stuttered, forgot my points, and even had spinach in my teeth. How does that even happen? But I kept going. By the end of the 30 days, something amazing happened. My videos had reached thousands of people, and my inbox was filled with messages like, "Your tips really helped me. Do you offer coaching?" That is when I launched my first group coaching program, and it sold out in 2 days. What started as a terrifying leap became the foundation of my business. The problem: fear of starting. The challenge: when you are just starting out, fear can paralyze you. Thoughts like these might creep in. What if people judge me? What if I mess up? What if I am just not good enough? The solutions start before you are ready. Perfection is not the goal. Progress is. You will learn as you go. For example, I started posting videos with zero experience. One of my students, Sarah, filmed her first video on her old iPhone, unedited, and it went viral because her tips were so helpful. Reframe fear as growth every time you feel scared. Remind yourself, ET's a sign you are growing. For example, one of my coaching clients was terrified to launch her fitness program. She reframed her fear as excitement, launched anyway, and made $5,000 in her first month. Take baby steps. Instead of aiming for a perfect launch, focus on small, achievable goals. For example, I committed to one video a day for 30 days. That consistency built my confidence over time. Did my first video look like it was filmed on a potato? Yes. Did it still change my life? Absolutely. The problem: fear of imperfection. The challenge: the idea of being perfect can stop you before you even begin. Thoughts like, what if my content is not good enough? What if I forget what to say? I do not have the right equipment. The solution: be authentic people. Connect with realness, not perfection. Share your journey, mistakes and all. For example, my first video had terrible lighting and spinach in my teeth, but people loved the honesty. One of my students shared a blooper reel, which ended up being her most popular post. Focus on value. If your content helps even one person, it is worth it. For example, a client launched a productivity course with simple graphics and made $8,000 because it solved a real problem for her audience. Start with what you have. You do not need expensive equipment. Use your phone and natural light. For example, another client of mine recorded videos on her balcony with just her phone. Her audience loved the relatable vibe. My first video was so bad, I did not even want to watch it. But my mom said it was cute, so I knew I was onto something. The problem: fear of failure. The challenge: the fear of failing can feel overwhelming. Thoughts like, what if no one watches? What if I waste my time? What if I am not cut out for this? The solution: redefine failure as feedback. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. For example, I once launched a product that flopped. Instead of giving up, I asked my audience for feedback, made changes, and the second launch tripled my sales. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge every milestone, no matter how small. For example, when I hit 100 views on my first video, I treated myself to ice cream. That celebration kept me motivated. Focus on your why. Remind yourself why you are doing this and who you are helping. For example, one of my students said her why was to help moms find time for self-care. That mission kept her going through the hard days. When I posted my first video, I was so scared that I almost deleted it. Then I thought, the worst case scenario is no one watches it. Turns out, no one did for 2 days. But on day 3, someone commented, and I felt like a celebrity. How you can do this to start before you are ready: forget perfection. Just press record and see what happens. For example, one of my clients started with 15-second Instagram reels. Now she is hosting webinars for hundreds of people. Be consistent. Commit to showing up every day for 30 days. You will build momentum and confidence. For example, I challenged myself to post one video a day for a month, and by the end, I felt like a pro. Join a supportive community. Surround yourself with people who encourage and inspire you. For example, a student joined my online community and found accountability partners who helped her stay consistent and motivated. The first time I went live, I accidentally turned on a filter that gave me bunny ears. Instead of panicking, I laughed it off, and it became my most viewed live stream. Fear is natural, but it does not have to hold you back. When you step out of your comfort zone, incredible things can happen. If I can go from being terrified of the camera to running a successful business, so can you. Your audience does not need perfection, they need you. So take that leap, embrace the awkward moments, and trust that every step forward is a step toward something amazing. Ready to turn your fear into fuel? My masterclasses, coaching, and online community are here to guide you every step of the way. Let's face your fears and build your dream business together. Your call to action: if you are ready to make 2025 your breakthrough year, I am here to help. Join one of my masterclasses, work with me one-on-one, or become part of our online community. Let's do this together. Subscribe, hit the like button, and let's start building your millionaire future.